the college football season, everything has built to this. The battle for the national championship and college football immortality. A moment that every young football player grows up dreaming about. Good evening and welcome to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, site of this year's national championship game. As we'll see a team from the ACC, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Indiana Hoosiers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler with Kirk Herbstreit. It's time to get this national championship game underway and crown a champion. This is it, the ultimate game in college football, national championship at stake. Return starts from inside the 5. He's got some daylight, turning on the speed. Gets some blocks. Can he make it? They can't catch him. Touchdown. Wow, kick return for a touchdown in the national championship game. This place has come unhinged.
You know, we get so caught up in offense and defense, sometimes people like to overlook the importance of special teams. Here's a great reminder. Big-time blocks up front, and the speed of the return man, he takes it all the way to the end zone.
And the PAT makes it 7-0 to open scoring. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And the kick is a squib kick, taken by one of the up men. They get him down at the 49-yard line after an excellent return. So Miami's will get the first crack on offense today. And all eyes, Kirk, in this matchup of the elite wide receivers. They got great skill. They got big personalities. You know they want to outdo each other in this showdown today.
Well, it's a showcase opportunity for both of these two wide receivers. A lot of eyes on them, not only in college football, but I remember the last time, Chris, we were on the field pregame and saw so many NFL personnel evaluating these two to see who ends up stepping up and playing better.
Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
Well, the offense tries to catch this defense napping here on the first play of the game. And how about the pressure to come up with a big sack to start this game?
He's running out of time here. They got him again. He's like a statue back there. So here comes 3rd and long, trying to overcome that sack. This is going to be really difficult. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. Pulls it in. It's Daniels. He stopped short of the marker, so it's 4th down now. The Hurricanes will bring their punt team onto the field. The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. So Indiana's offense comes out for their first possession today. And, Kirk, this is what we've been looking forward to, a matchup of two quarterbacks who are elite, very competitive, matched up against each other today. One of the better matchups we'll see all season.
Yeah, a game that we really pointed to all summer. Looking forward to this matchup. Knew these two quarterbacks would go head-to-head. Very important that they don't get caught up in the individual matchup. They just go out and work against these defenses that they're facing and try to put up as many points as they can.
2nd and 10 now from the 31 after the incompletion. QB bootlegs here. Makes the grab. It's Cooper.
I think it's important to kind of let your quarterback get into a rhythm early in the game. Sure, you'd love to see the big gains, but plays like this allow the quarterback to get settled into the game, find his rhythm, and then he can make the bigger plays later on.
He's brought down, but it's a 1st down, spotted near the 41. The Hoosiers come to the line to set a fresh set of downs. Back to throw. It's Mendoza. Taking a deep shot here to the right. This one is broken up and falls incomplete. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Looking to throw here. Catch made by the tight end. They bring them down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
And the Hoosiers looking to keep this drive rolling. Looking to throw it again. The pocket breaking down. Using his legs here. And he'll step out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
That's what I love about this guy. Getting good positive yards here and continue to just keep this drive alive.
Now it's second down here. It's a run to the left. He finds some space. They can't stop him. Tackled at the 1-yard line. Couldn't quite get in, but an excellent run. The Hoosiers line up with a first and goal. Keep it on the ground on first and goal. And he fights in for the score. Touchdown, Hoosiers.
Well, that's an example right there of what vision and patience and ability can do for running back. He was on a mission to get into the end zone, and really, he made it look easy.
And they'll set up for the PAT. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. They're coming off a quick 3-and-out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. Defense is coming after him, extending the play now. As the force is still on the move. And the senior calls his own number, keeps this drive moving. So one play moves the ball to the 42-yard line. It'll be first down. To throw, it's Beck. Gets hauled in here over the middle. Brought down, but broke the tackle to produce a solid gain there. Second down play coming up for this offense. Off the play fake, we'll get a pass. Swarmed by the pass rush, a sack.
I can't believe the amount of pressure this defense is getting on this quarterback. Sack after sack. Well, you've got to think about changing things up. The snap count, the scheme, anything at all to help this offensive line. They're overmatched so far in this game.
Trapped again in the pocket.
I mean, that's another sack, Chris. I mean, we're just getting started here. First half, and you're already talking about giving up 3 sacks. You got to think about changing things up schematically, help that offensive line, and help that poor quarterback before he gets killed.
Well, he's got some space here. Finally forced out of bounds, but a solid return that time. And here comes the Indiana offense back out on the field. The last possession was a beautiful, balanced touchdown drive. Can the defense come up with answers this time? Here's the first play of the drive now. They begin at the 39. And he's going to take a shot down the left side. Catch made down inside the 25. He takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana.
Chris, the quarterback looks up, sees a wide-open target. Sometimes those throws are harder than the ones where they're tightly covered. But he makes a nice throw, and it's an easy touchdown for this offense.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And he safely made the recovery. The onside kick doesn't work.
Chris, I just don't understand the logic here to go for this onside kick so early in the game, but I guess you can appreciate the boldness.
That now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. Caught behind the line. It's Fletcher. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Getting set. Here's second down. To the air. It's back. Quick throw to the flat. It's a screen.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Oh, they trap him for a sack.
If this team can hold on today and win, his pass rush deserves all the credit in the world. They have gotten after this quarterback so many times. Really, every time the opposing offense does something positive, it feels like a sack just stops any progress. That's a missed opportunity for some points here. The way they were moving the football, I thought maybe a touchdown, at the very least 3 points, but instead, he shanks it.
And now the first play of the drive, they'll begin at the 38. First down, looking to throw the football. Looking to scramble. Contact as he let the ball go. Pass is incomplete. The defense affecting the quarterback with pressure there.
And I am so impressed with the athletic ability and speed of this defense. Quarterback does a pretty good job of keeping the play alive, scrambling off to his right, but that defensive speed and their aggressive nature get to him.
Handoff here from the shotgun. Nice run. He's brought down to the 44. Offense sets the formation. It's third down. Out of the gun now on third down. Makes the catch downfield. Defense makes the tackle here on the final play of the first quarter. So Kirk, Indiana has the lead here. We've reached the end of one in this battle for the national championship. Before moving on, let's check out the stats so far. Crucial stage of the game as we begin the second quarter. Is this one going to get out of hand? Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Off the play fake, looking to throw. On the move now. Launches it deep down the left side. And it's a long-distance house call. Touch. Hoosiers.
Well, somebody had to bust an assignment on this touchdown. There's no way you let a guy get that open unless the defender either gets injured or he blew an assignment. That was too easy for the offense for that touchdown.
Extra point try coming now. Extra point makes it a 28-zip lead. Looks like they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. On the hands team all over that to make the recovery.
All I can think of is maybe they saw something in the first quarter that made them think that an onside kick would work here. But they came up a bit short. Now we'll see if their defense can hold them and limit the damage.
They're going to run it. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
They get him to the ground, but it's first down now at the 28. It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. Off the play fake, looking to throw. You cannot escape. It's a sack.
If I'm on this offensive line, man, I do not want to see the game film. This has been a tough game for the big boys. It appears almost like they've just been moonwalking the entire game, and they've been pushed all around. That's 6 sacks surrendered already in this game.
We'll see if the offense can overcome that sack. Second and long. Running back has it on a screen now. And they'll bring him down. The defense fought through the blocks, and they stop him short of the first down. Offense hungry to convert here in third down. They don't want to send out the field goal team after what happened in the last attempt. Dropping back. It's back. Caught blocked by the receiver. They bring him down at the 11, but it'll be first down from there. The Hurricanes look to keep this drive moving.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on third down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. They bring him down after a gain. Looks like they'll spot it inches short of a first down. Here we go, third down, close to the goal line. They can still get a first down without scoring. McCall is a quarterback sneak. Touchdown, Hurricanes, as they answer with their first score of this title game.
Chris, that's what I love about this quarterback. It's a great touchdown, but he shows you his versatility. We know he can throw it, but here he shows you his speed and how he can make the defense pay for that as well.
Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And it's fielded. Can the returner make something happen here? Coverage team brings down the returner. And here comes the Indiana offense back out on the field. They take the field with serious momentum. They have been tough to stop so far. Can they keep it going? Escapes the pocket. 5-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 5.
Hey, if nothing else is there, good decision by this quarterback to be able to pick up some positive yards. Rather see him do that than force the ball into coverage. Good heads-up play.
Here's a handoff on a counter. A change of direction. Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32.
All right, Chris, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen today, they're big. You know, they weigh over 300 pounds. But that doesn't mean they don't have to have agility. And the way they can get out there in front of the runner, create space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and a runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because he's been blocked so well. Love those misdirectional counter plays, and this one worked out really well for a nice piece of yards on first down.
They beat the blitz there with the pressure bearing down because he just dumped it off to the back.
Yeah, nice job of just keeping his eyes downfield because you're right, that pressure got to him in a hurry. Thankfully, the running back was right in his line of sight. He's able to dump it to him as a safety valve, and he picked up the first.
Makes the grab. It's Cooper. And heads out of bounds after a decent gain. That completion makes it 2nd and short. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. He's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage. It's the 2-minute timeout. We've got a blowout developing here. And the Hoosiers will have 1st and 10 here. Looking downfield, it's Mendoza. It's a wide receiver screen. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Play action fake, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Makes the catch downfield. They bring him down at the 7. The offense set up now with a 1st and goal. The timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. This offense has been hard to stop here in the first half. Can they punch it in and build the lead before the break? 1st and goal, handoff. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
But it's not been their day as a defense, but you can see they have not given up. What a big hit into the backfield that time.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Looking to the end zone. He makes the catch. Touchdown, Indiana. That's just nice execution. Quarterback and receiver Kirk perfectly in sync that time.
Yeah, you can see why route running is one of the most underrated attributes of a receiver. It's easy to get caught up on their ability to catch or their vertical or their speed, but nothing substitutes for someone who can create separation like this before the ball is even thrown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. The extra point is good. Now it's a 4-touchdown lead, 35-7. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. This is a squib kick. Picked up by one of the up men. He's tackled at the 34 after a decent kick return there. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Dropping back. It's Beck. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. They drag him down after a big gain. Ball moved all the way to the 38. Quarterback now all alone in the backfield. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. He fires downfield. Grab down the middle. It's Fletcher. Tackle finally made down at the 13-yard line. And the Canes are going to cash in this red zone trip. Snapping it from the red zone now. Looking to throw. Pump over the middle. It's Joseph. Brought down at the 5 after the completion. Defense getting pushed back. Offense stops the clock with their second timeout to talk strategy. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. And it's incomplete, very near the goal line.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When the quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to slow him down and win the football game. If we don't, could be a long afternoon. Good job here by dialing up the pressure.
Grab down the middle. It's Daniels. And he gets in for the score. Touchdown, Canes.
Chris, as you know, this first half has been less than stellar, to put it mildly, but this could be a jolt. This is something that they can build off when they get back out there after halftime.
PAT is good. They slammed into the kicker, and penalty markers are down.
Roughing the kick kicker. Defense.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with the touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. Long kickoff, no chance for a return. It'll be a touchback. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Moves out of the pocket. On the run here, lets it go. The sure hands, it's Becker. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? Looking to pass, it's Mendoza. Finds an open target on the left side. They bring him down quickly, a short pitching catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. Gets home. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Chris, thanks. What else might we expect in a game of this magnitude? Everything on the line, the eyes of the sports world on this battle with the coveted gold trophy at stake.
The Hoosiers will kick this away to get the second half going. Gets off a squib kick. It'll be fielded by one of the up men. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. After falling way behind in the first half, they need to find a spark right now to cut into this big lead. It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
They bring him down after a short gain there. The Canes will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. Running back with the football. They stop him behind the line. That's going to set up 4th down and short. They bring the punter onto the field now. See if he can make something happen with the return. They finally get him, but he found a nice lane in that return, and that means good starting field position for this drive. And the Hoosiers offense is back out there on the field. They'll run it from the gun. Nowhere to run. The defense swarms him. He'll lose 5 on the play.
I don't know what the quarterback saw there. He should have pulled that ball out and tried to make a throw, but instead he hands it off to the poor running back, and it's a tackle for a loss.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Looking to throw. It's Mendoza. Taking a deep shot here to the right. And he hauls it in to the 15, still going. That's a massive play. Moves the ball to the 14, and just like that, they're in scoring position.
Now the quarterback found a matchup that he loved, gets a big gain with a nice throw, and now they're down in the red zone looking for some points.
On first down, it's play action. Receiver makes the grab. Fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Hoosiers. Monster Sage, another touchdown. This quarterback and receiver having a game we're never going to forget.
Well, and the defense right now has got to be pulling their hair out trying to come up with ways to slow him down, whether they play zone or they play man. Nothing is working, and give credit to this quarterback. He just keeps dialing up his guy and keeps coming up with touchdowns.
He's brought down at the 37 after a strong return. And the Miami offense is back on the field. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. Strong defensive effort. They've got him behind the line. He'll lose 5 yards. Going backwards to open up this drive after the loss, second down and 15. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Grab behind the line. It's Fletcher. Nowhere to run. No corral him for no gain.
I can see what the quarterback's trying to do here, Chris, and he gets the completion, but just no gain. There's just no room to go after the catch.
Looking to throw it on third and very long. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack. The Canes will have to kick this away. Offense goes backwards on this drive. He's on to punt it away now. And it's taken right around the 35. He'll be forced out of bounds after a small pickup on that return. And here comes the Indiana offense back out on the field. Takes the handoff and tests the left side. Running through the tackle. Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. Back to pass. It's Mendoza. He's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Good adjustment here by the defensive coordinator. Let's face it, it's been a tough game so far for this defense. They've given up a ton of yards and touchdowns through the air. This time they figured out a way to affect his timing, and they get the pressure to hit him before he can make another play.
The pass is off target. He got hit as he threw as the third down pressure worked. Trying for a fourth down completion. Looking deep to the right side. He lays out. Great grab near the right sideline.
Chris, here on fourth down, I thought they might be a little bit more conservative, but give them credit. They take a shot downfield and hit it for the first down and much, much more.
The ball is loose, and the defense comes up with the football.
Chris, I cannot believe that he put the ball on the ground, working with the lead in the national title. You just know the head coach and the offensive coordinator told the offense before they ran out on the field, guys, hold on to the ball. The only way they get back into it is if we turn it over. It's exactly what they've done, and now your opponent has an opportunity to cut into this lead.
Offense getting set, second down play here. They'll give it to the back. Running with purpose.
Setting the tone early with good runs like this can really wear defense down and keep the defense guessing. That's why some of the best coaches of all time have primarily done it with great run games.
And looking to throw now on first down. Screen to the receiver in the flat. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch. That completion makes it second and medium. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. As the first down is still going. Tackled at the 32. That's enough for a first down. The Hurricanes looking to keep this drive rolling. Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down. They continue to feed the running back, but he has had nowhere to go today. They've been getting owned at the line of scrimmage. To throw, it's Beck. Running out of time in the pocket. Swarmed by the pass rush. A sack.
Well, here we are in the national championship, and you always talk about offense. And it is. It's become an offensive game. But how fitting to see this defense. This team has a nice lead, and a large portion of that has to do with the way they've been able to get after this quarterback. That's the second sack in this game.
Defense finally brings him down, but a nice chunk play. The Hurricanes will line up on 1st and 10. And the wideout goes in motion. Play action here on first down. And he dumps it off to the tight end. And he's wrapped up short of the marker there as the time runs down here in the third quarter. So Kirk, Indiana has the lead here. And in this battle for the national championship, it has been a beatdown so far. Not what you hoped for. Let's review how we got here. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Oh, they trap him for a sack.
Between the defensive scheme and the athletic ability of this front and the linebackers getting pressure as well, the way they've been able to harass this quarterback has a lot to do with why they're enjoying such a big lead in the national title.
Now in third and very long, looking to throw. Oh, they get him again.
I'll tell you what, Chris, I didn't expect this. This quarterback is outstanding, but they have pressured him all game long, and they got to him again.
Taking a shot deep down the right side. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Just a great job of anticipating that and coming up with a big interception by this defense. Because they have this lead, they've really forced this offense to become one-dimensional. They're expecting the ball to be into the air. The defensive backs have their eyes on the ball, and they're able to capitalize with it.
He's going for a big play downfield. Defense breaks it up. Nice play. Incomplete.
Hey, I get that passing the football has had a lot to do with you building up this big lead, but at this point in the game, man, take care of your players, get them out of here healthy, run the football, and get out with a win.
Touchdown, Indiana. He wins the foot race to the end zone. Another touchdown strike. You win national championships with elite quarterback play. And Kirk, this guy's putting on a show.
I mean, this is a national championship. You imagine having this kind of performance? This is something that we'll always remember. Right now, this defense is overmatched with his ability to throw the ball and the receivers' jobs of running routes. Everything's in sync right now.
And now here comes the point after attempt. PAT is good as they build on this big lead. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. It's a squib kick picked up by one of the blockers. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Dropping back. It's back. He cannot escape. It's a sack.
Chris, I'm really surprised by the way this game has turned out. That's another sack by this defense. They've done such a great job of preparing a plan to get ready for one of the top quarterbacks in the country. They've kept him out of sync, applied pressure, and a big part of the reason they're enjoying this lead right now.
So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Stopped right there at the line. No gain. And the Canes bring their punt team onto the field. On to kick now for the 5th time today. Ball fielded near the 35. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. Good effort by the return man. They get him down, but that's a solid gain on the return. And here comes the Indiana offense back out on the field. Leaning on the run game here. Running with purpose. And he's pushed out of bounds after a short run. Not enough for a first. Here's the 2nd down play. From the shotgun, drops back. Fires it to the wideout. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. Tackle's made quickly, but that's a big gain. Ball moves to the 35-yard line. That completion good for a first down. The offense working with a new set of downs here. Going absolutely nowhere. It'll be a loss on the play.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to...
Deep shot toward the end zone. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there, but now it's 3rd down.
I'm not really sure why you're stopping the clock here, leading by so much in the 4th quarter. Run the ball, run the clock, and you can walk out of here with a win.
And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Defense able to stop it. It's 4th down now.
Well, how fitting for him to get another nice carry here because it's been that kind of game in the national title. We knew coming in that he was going to be showcased. I didn't think he would have this kind of performance on this big of a stage, but he has, and a big reason why they're going to win this national title.
The Hoosiers look to keep this drive moving. On the run, it's Hemby. Tests the middle and gets stuffed. That is just not open for business today. It's the 2-minute timeout as the offense tries to put the finishing touches here on a lopsided victory. Important 2nd down play coming up. The back's got it again. And the freshman brings him down quickly. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Mendoza. Launching one to the end zone. Oh, downfield catch made on the left side. They finally stop him, but that gain is good for a 1st and goal. The Hoosiers looking to punch it in here. It's 1st and goal. They try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. Tried to bounce it, but couldn't get the quarterback to stop him for a loss. Ball moved back to the 4 for 2nd and goal.
Man, it's 1st and goal. You're thinking about trying to score. You're looking...
Touchdown, Hoosiers! This offense really clicking.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his 2nd touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
Try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the PAT is good as they continue to pull away even more. I believe they're going to line up here and go for the onside kick. On the hands team does their job and secures the recovery.
Hey, it's the 4th quarter here. They're trying to get that football back. I don't blame them. Unfortunately, they couldn't come up with it.
Off the play fake, looking to throw on 1st down. Lets it go quickly. Oh, what a grab! They finally make the tackle, but solid gain. Sets him up 1st down at the 33. See what the call is on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Fletcher. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line. 2nd down after that previous play. To throw, it's Beck. Looking for the tight end, and it's caught. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker. So it's 3rd and short from the opponent's 28. Let's see what the play call is here. They're already in field goal range, but thinking about the end zone. Grabbed by the receiver. The defense stops him just short of the marker. That'll bring up 4th down. The Canes will come to the line here looking to convert on 4th down. Quick pass to the flat to the receiver. They bring him down to the 13. This offense really threatening now to score. It'll be 1st down. New set of downs for the offense. 1st and 10. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. Oh, the pass rush gets home. And that'll do it. We have a national champion. What an emphatic statement to close out this national championship run. You know, the coach told his guys, go out there and leave no doubt. It's a mission accomplished.
Well, sometimes a team wins a national championship and they just got hot at the right time. And there's other times when it's been clearly the best team in college football all year. To me, these guys have been right up there as the top team in college football, and it's very fitting that they not only win it, but they win it in grand fashion.
And that's going to wrap it up. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.